Aloha and welcome. Today I'm here to present my experience as an intern uh, with Hawaii Petroleum. My name is Brennen Borges. So, first, a little about me. I am 23 years old. I am born and raised on the island of Maui. In May of 2013, I obtained my 2 year degree in accounting from Maui College. Currently, I'm pursuing a bachelor's in business administration with an emphasis on accounting. And I currently am employed at Hawaii Petroleum Inc. as an entry level accounting clerk. So, some goals that I had for this internship was to obtain additional experience, improve my understanding of the accounting cycle, and link the concepts taught in class with what is done in the workforce. So, a little about my practicum site. Hawaii Petroleum is a Maui-based company which started in 1973 by Jimmy Haynes. It consists of 5 divisions. Maui Petroleum and Hawaii Petroleum are our operations divisions. They sell bulk fuel, oil, lubricants, and antifreezes to our customers. Then we have Hawaii Fueling Network, or HFN, which offers discounted fuel to our members. Then we have Minute Stop, which is um, basically our 7-Eleven. Through Minute Stop, we offer retail fuel as well, branded as Ohana Fuels. And last but not least, we have PIKEA, which consists of the accounting, IT, and HR department, which I am currently a part of. In 2006, we were acquired by Salt Truck Resources Inc. It's a family-owned investment firm that's based in Seattle, Washington. Some of the companies that they have acquired over the years are Young Brothers, Aloha Air Cargo, and Tote Inc. A little bit about my mentor. His name is Alexander Arndt, or Alex for short. He's currently the assistant controller and my direct supervisor. He has a bachelor's in business management from the North Carolina State University, a master's of accountancy from the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. He is also a licensed CPA with 7 years of public accounting and 5 years of corporate accounting under his belt. So to start off, some of my daily and weekly responsibilities within the company. Reconciling fuel sold to our HFN members is one of my highly prioritized tasks. Transferring inventory from our retail warehouses to our HFN warehouses. This is done when the fuel is sold through our Minute Stop sites. And I'm not physically transferring it, I'm just transferring the gallons from our retail inventory sub-account to our HFN inventory sub-account. I also changed the fuel prices that pertain to our HFN members. I process customer payments, mainly the checks, cash, and credit cards that come through. I also process payments from fleet card customers. Now, our fleet card customers are businesses that also offer their members discounted fuel, but they do it through us. And then the daily bank and postal error. So some of my month-end duties consist of the final fuel reconciliation for the month. So I'll go through the entire month to make sure everything is reconciled correctly. I go ahead and I verify fuel pricing for the month. I delete any test transactions. I transfer transactions to appropriate customers. In the office, we have something called a house card that we let our customers use. For example, if they forget their card at home or they lose their card, they're able to use this house card to fill up gas. All they have to do is write down the name on the account, their account number, and their card number. Later on, I go ahead and I transfer that account or that transaction from our house card account to the customer's account. And then when all said is done, I finally invoice at the end of the month. The invoice process consists of printing, sorting, folding, and stuffing, and putting postage on the invoices. I was also able to be a part of our fixed asset project. Our goal for this project was to tag all of our movable fixed assets. Basically, it's just all our equipment that we tend to move from place to place. After these assets were tagged, I go ahead and create a fixed asset listing of all the equipment. And this is mainly to identify a lot of the discarded equipment, to ensure that the asset account isn't overstated, making sure everything is complete, accurate, so on. And my process in doing this was to examine our current fixed asset listing, because to see what was in there, what was already in there, if there's anything that we should have taken out. I go ahead and sort through everything, and then I examined our GL from 2010 to present day, and then I physically go to each site or store to tag the asset properly and list any items that were not listed properly also. So some of the information systems that I had a chance to work with. DM2 is our accounting software. It specializes in card lock billing systems and consists of a module called CardLink. CardLink is basically a module that keeps that holds all the transactions that I import into DM2. Then we have Radiant Systems Manager. This is the point of sale for all the Minute Stop stores, and it records every transaction that's made. I like to think of it as a software that holds all of the raw data created. Finally, we have FuelSoft. Again, it's another point of sale system for our card lock sites that keeps track of our HFN fuel transactions. So here I built a flow chart to show you how transactions flow through. There's two different sites, or two different sets of sites that our HFN customers use. They can use our retail sites, which you go through Minute Stop. That transaction is recorded in RSM, then it goes to FuelSoft. If a customer goes to our card lock site, the transaction is directly recorded into FuelSoft. At the end of the day, around midnight, FuelSoft exports a file that we like to call the PRN file. I take that file and I go ahead and import it into DM2. So the HFN fuel reconciliation, basically every day I reconcile the fuel. So I pull up a query after a PRN file is updated. I take the totals from that query and enter it into a reconciliation spreadsheet, and I reconcile it against the fuel totals that are stated in RSM and FuelSoft. So if a certain Minute Stop site needs to be reconciled for a certain day, I will go into RSM to pull up a report to get that stated fuel amount. For card lock sites, I do the same, except I go into FuelSoft to find that data. Some of the discrepancies that I've that I found, not all transactions are successfully imported. So here are a few reasons why a transaction may not successfully import. DM2 can make a mistake of kicking out a transaction because they look very identical, so it thinks it's a duplicate transaction. Transactions can sometimes come through as 0 gallons in FuelSoft, especially if it's coming from a minute stop site, because it has to go from RSM into FuelSoft, and sometimes that data gets messed up. Then we have our prepaid transactions that can be processed incorrectly. So I use two different reports. One report from FuelSoft, which shows every transaction for that day, and then our method of payment report in RSM, which shows every transaction made for that day for that particular minute stop site. I deal with the discrepancies. The way I deal with them, if the transaction is missing, I go ahead and I manually enter it. If it's duplicated, I go ahead and I just delete it. Then when everything's said and done, I go ahead and transfer the inventory to the HFN inventory subaccount. And this is only done for minute stop. So the process, at the end of the month, I have to go and I process the invoices, and I do that through the card link module. As invoices are created, the sales totals are posted to the sales journal, which in turn is posted to the accounts receivable journal. Then, after everything is said and done, I go ahead and I email all the e-invoices and send out all the physical invoices. So some observations that I've made while working there. Communication is definitely crucial. I have misinterpreted my supervisor a number of times. He's also misinterpreted my communication, which in turn makes it very time consuming to have to go in and correct the data that was entered incorrectly. Another thing is internal control can be very difficult to implement. Internal control is really needed. However, some of the problems that occur is the fact that there's just not enough staff. At one point, there was the same person receiving the payments and processing them. I had to really go and find how we can separate those duties. I also noticed that the managing styles are very different. I understand that my supervisor and my controller are from the continental US, so the way they read body language and our verbal communication can be very different, and I believe that's one reason why my supervisor and I have miscommunicated a number of times. So what I learned, accounting is more than what meets the eye. There's a lot more roles that are implemented, especially in bigger businesses. I had a very narrow-minded view of accounting. The importance of information systems in accounting is what I think I've learned the most. I've been taught how to basically go into the back door of a lot of these softwares and get the information needed. And then how to become efficient and effective with my time. I believe this will come when you start to feel comfortable in your position, knowing your tasks and duties. So as a self-evaluation, I definitely feel like I have a stronger foundation in the accounting field, although I definitely do need more work. My verbal communication has definitely improved. Uh, my ability to understand the correlation of accounting and information systems and how they work together has also improved. My decision making has matured. I'm able to see the bigger picture that I am a part of. So, some future plans. I'm still very undetermined about my future career. Um, I find that I enjoy working with the information systems, and actually, a career opportunity is presenting itself because we are looking into creating a position that's half IT, half accounting, and I feel like I could really make a real difference in that position and expand my horizons a lot more. And the possibility of obtaining a graduate degree is not so far fetched. I'm still debating on that one, but we'll see. So, thank you very much for listening. I hope you've learned just as much as I have, and I wish you luck. Thank you.